I want you to think of a true crime documentary. The most satisfying part is when justice is finally served. It is the editors and the scripters' job to drag out how really terrible something is that someone did, and then at the end show justice being served. Because I think we can all agree that we humans, when we perceive something as bad, that all we want is to see justice served. When we have something that's a personal attack to us, we just want that person to end up feeling how we felt when they did that to us. And I think as Christians, we can also agree that Jesus is our leader, Jesus is our example. Specifically in Peter's first letter, chapter 2, verse 21, he says, "To this you are called, because Christ suffered for you, leaving you an example that you should follow his steps." And now that we've established that, 2 verses later, Peter writes, "When they hurled their insults at him," Jesus, "he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly." From this, we can learn that we will never judge justly. We all have our biases, whether they're conscious or not. Not even Jesus trusted himself to make judgments. He had to trust God the Father. This means that when we encounter injustice, even if it feels like it's the worst injustice ever, and they're against us, we must bow our heads, take up our crosses, and let God do the judging. And at a surface level, this sounds great. Like, okay, yeah, God's doing the judging. Why is this video important? Because we all take things personally. We might be at a breaking point right now. If you're watching this, maybe you're like, okay, if one more thing ticks me off, that's it. That's my breaking point. I'm just gonna go crazy if something else happens. That's been me lately. I take things personally all the time. And I've been swallowing this pill of that whatever happens against me, I have to let God do the judging. I cannot interfere with what God is doing around me. All I can do is stay in my path and not bring any bad into this world. Even if that means doing something bad when someone does something bad to me. Maybe right now you're like, okay, Ava, what if someone robs me? Am I just not supposed to defend myself? Exactly. You have to let God do the defending for you, which sounds crazy. We are not supposed to bring any harm into this world. We have to stay on our paths that God has for us. Jesus was robbed of his whole body. So why do you not have faith when one door closes? Some injustice might have happened and it just seems like the worst thing ever. The worst injustice happened when we hung Jesus on a cross, but God still let that happen for a better door to be opened so that we could all have faith in Jesus Christ because he was raised from the dead. It is a matter of how you choose to act to glorify God. Are you glorifying God by treating someone badly because they treated you badly? No. By holding your tongue, you glorify God before him and before others by showing faith in your God's judgment. Again, in 1 Peter 2, verse 23, he says, "When they hurled insults at him," Jesus, "he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly." And at the end of the verse after that, it says, "By his wounds you have been healed." And for a Christian, yeah, like that sounds understandable, but I would like to expand on that. By his wounds, his endurance of the injustice performed against him and the trust that he put in God and his plan for his life, we have been healed. We can receive the everlasting peace of knowing that we can rely on God and his plan for our life. And like, yeah, okay, cool, Ava, what am I going to do with this information? I want you to go throughout the rest of your day, every negative thought that comes into your mind, and trust me, it happens a lot more than you think. Someone does something and you think that's unjust, like, what are they doing? Something that they did, something maybe it's not even against you. I want you to remember that God has a plan for them and God has a plan for you. Through God, we can be set free from the captivity of our own judgment. And let's swallow that pill together, guys. See you on the flip side.